Chosen ones, you've battled storms, faced betrayals, and walked through fire. But what if I told you that everything was leading to this very moment? That every tear you cried, every silent prayer you whispered, and every sleepless night of uncertainty was not for nothing? What if I told you that the suffering, the waiting, and the endless trials were never meant to destroy you, but to prepare you? Chosen one, you have been refined through pain, molded through struggle, and strengthened through adversity. And now, the time has come. The moment heaven has orchestrated for you is here. Your season of victory is unfolding, and nothing, not the past, not the enemy, not even your own doubts, can stop it. For so long it felt like you were walking against the wind, like every step forward required a battle. The weight of the world pressed against your shoulders, and at times it seemed like you were fighting alone. People turned their backs on you. Some betrayed you when you least expected it. Opportunities slipped through your fingers just when you thought your breakthrough was near. It felt like every time you tried to rise, some unseen force was pushing you back down. But what if I told you that was the test before the triumph? That was the darkness before the dawn. What if I told you that all this time, the enemy wasn't attacking you because you were weak, but because he knew you were destined for something greater? The truth is, chosen one, you were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. That's why your struggles have been greater, your battles more intense, and your journey more difficult. Because the calling on your life is extraordinary. But now, the tides are turning. The very forces that tried to hold you back are losing their grip. The storms that once raged against you are calming. The delays, the obstacles, the closed doors, they are being replaced with divine acceleration, divine favor, and divine victory. It is no accident that you are hearing this message right now. This is confirmation of what your spirit has already sensed. You can feel the shift happening. You can feel something changing in the atmosphere. It's like a fresh wind is blowing through your life, clearing away the remnants of the past and making room for something new. This is the season where the things that once resisted you will now flow effortlessly. This is the time when the chains that held you in place will break, and the limitations that confined you will be shattered. But here's the most powerful part. This victory is not something you have to chase. It's already been assigned to you. God has declared it over your life. The breakthrough, the success, the elevation, it's not a matter of if, but when. And that when is now. Everything that was once held back is being released. The blessings that were once delayed are rushing toward you. What used to take years to manifest will now unfold in an instant. The battles you once fought alone will now be fought by divine forces on your behalf. This is not just another season. This is the season. The one you've been praying for, the one you've been waiting for. And now, it's finally here. Nothing can stop you, not the past, not the opinions of others, not the enemy's schemes, not even your own fears, because when God declares victory over your life, nothing in the universe can oppose it. Chosen one, you are stepping into a divine moment of favor, and this time, you will win. The universe has shifted, and a divine season of victory has been declared over your life. Can you feel it? That unexplainable energy coursing through your spirit, that sudden awareness that something monumental is unfolding. You're not imagining it. This is the moment where heaven aligns with your destiny, where the unseen forces that have worked against you are now working for you. What was once stagnant is now moving. What was once closed is now opening. What was once impossible is now inevitable. For so long, it felt like you were stuck in a cycle, one battle after another, one setback after the next. You kept pushing, kept believing, but the breakthrough always seemed just out of reach. It was as if something was blocking you, holding you in place while others moved ahead. You watched people rise, opportunities pass by, and moments slip through your fingers, and you questioned, when will it be my turn? But chosen one, this is your turn. This is the shift. This is the divine turning point where everything begins to change in your favor. There is a supernatural force at work in your life right now, moving things behind the scenes, preparing paths you haven't even walked yet. Doors that once refused to budge are now opening without resistance. People who once ignored you are suddenly taking notice. Opportunities that once seemed impossible are now aligning with divine precision. You may not see all the details yet, but trust this: God has set things in motion that cannot be undone. The weight you've carried for years is lifting. The burdens that have exhausted your soul are being removed. The prayers that once seemed unheard are now echoing back to you in the form of breakthroughs. The spiritual warfare, the opposition, the silent battles you endured when no one was watching, they were never in vain. They were positioning you for this moment. Can you sense the energy shift? Can you feel the tension breaking? That's not just a feeling, that's confirmation. The delay is over. The waiting season is ending. The resistance that once held you back is crumbling before you. Chosen one, this is your divine acceleration. Where once it took years to progress, now you will advance in days. Where once you had to fight for every small victory, now favor will flow effortlessly. Where once you were overlooked, now you will be sought after. And here's the most incredible part. This victory is not just about external success. This is a shift that is happening in every part of your life. Your spirit, your mind, your finances, your relationships, your purpose. Everything is being recalibrated for your highest good. This isn't just about winning battles. This is about becoming the person you were always meant to be. This shift is real. The evidence is already unfolding, even if you can't fully see it yet. Chosen one, are you ready to step into the reality of your divine victory? Your struggles were never in vain. They were the preparation for a destiny so great that even your enemies will be speechless. Every tear you shed, every betrayal you endured, every door that was slammed in your face, it all had a purpose. It was never meant to destroy you, though at times it felt unbearable. It was meant to shape you into the warrior, the leader, the unstoppable force that you are now becoming. You see, chosen one, your journey has not been ordinary because you are not ordinary. The weight of your struggles was never a punishment. It was a divine refinement. While others took the easy road, you walked the path of fire. While some gave up at the first sign of adversity, you kept pushing forward, even when you felt like you had nothing left to give. And now, your perseverance is about to be rewarded. Think back to every moment when you felt like quitting, when you asked, "Why is this happening to me?" Those moments were not signs of defeat. They were signs that you were being prepared for something greater than you could understand at the time. You were in training for a destiny so significant that even those who rejected you, ridiculed you, and betrayed you will be left in awe of what God is about to do in your life. You were never meant to fit in with the crowd. That's why life seemed harder for you. That's why you had to face more battles, more opposition, and more moments of isolation. Because greatness is not forged in comfort, it is forged in struggle. Diamonds don't form without pressure. Gold isn't purified without fire. And your victory couldn't come without battles that tested your very soul. But here's the part that will shock even you. The very people who doubted you, the ones who called you crazy for believing in your dreams, the ones who left you behind, they will have no choice but to witness your rise. And when they see it, they will be speechless. They won't understand how you went from the one who struggled to the one who now walks in divine favor. They won't comprehend how you survived what was meant to break you and came out stronger than ever before. Your enemies thought you were finished. They thought their words, their actions, their attempts to stop you had worked. But what they didn't know was that every attack against you only strengthened your foundation. Every loss you suffered only made room for something greater. Every setback you experienced was a setup for a comeback so powerful that even you will stand in awe of what's happening. Chosen one, your struggles weren't wasted. Every ounce of pain, every moment of rejection, every night of uncertainty, it all served a purpose. It built your resilience. It sharpened your vision. It positioned you for the moment you are stepping into right now. And soon, those who once laughed at you will fall silent. Those who once underestimated you will have to watch as you walk in your divine destiny. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the moment you've been preparing for, even when you didn't realize it. The tables are turning, the shift has begun, and the glory that is about to be revealed in your life will leave everyone, even your greatest doubters, completely speechless. The doors that once remained shut, no matter how hard you knocked, are now swinging open effortlessly. For years, it felt like you were pushing against something unmovable, praying for breakthroughs that never seemed to come. You knocked until your hands were bruised, begged until your voice went hoarse, and waited until patience felt like another form of suffering. Every time you thought a door was about to open, it slammed shut before you could step through. It was discouraging. It was painful. It made you question everything. But here's the truth that was hidden beneath your struggles. Those closed doors were never a rejection. They were a redirection. They weren't denying you. They were protecting you from places, people, and opportunities that were never meant for you. The universe wasn't blocking you. It was preparing you for something greater than what you were asking for. Now, the shift has happened. The resistance you once felt is gone. The battle that once exhausted you is over. What used to require endless effort is now coming to you with divine ease. You don't have to force it anymore. You don't have to fight for it. The doors that once seemed permanently shut are now swinging open on their own. The people who ignored your calls, the opportunities that seemed unattainable, the financial struggles that kept you in survival mode, all of it is changing. The relationships, the career moves, the abundance, the recognition, it's all aligning perfectly. And this time, you won't have to beg for it. This is what happens when divine timing takes over. When the doors open now, it won't be because of who you know, how much effort you put in, or how many times you asked. It will be because the universe, God, and destiny have declared, now is the time. Think about how hard you used to try, how you would strategize, plan, and push, only to be met with disappointment. But watch what happens when you simply walk in alignment with the season you're in. Watch how effortlessly things begin to fall into place. This is the season where you step into places you once only dreamed about. The favor on your life will put you in rooms you never thought you'd enter. The opportunities that once seemed impossible will present themselves without resistance. The right people will find you. The right connections will come effortlessly. The right path will be illuminated before your very eyes. And those who once overlooked you, they will have no choice but to acknowledge the favor on your life. The ones who close doors in your face will soon be the ones trying to open them for you. But here's the most powerful part. You will no longer need their doors. God is opening new doors, better doors, greater doors, ones that no man can shut. Chosen one, your days of struggling to make things happen are over. What was once delayed is now arriving right on time. What once seemed impossible is now unfolding with ease. The doors you thought would never open are now swinging wide, and this time, you won't have to force them. This is your season of divine access. The world is opening up for you. The barriers have been lifted. The resistance is gone. Are you ready to walk through? Unexpected blessings, divine opportunities, and miraculous breakthroughs are aligning for you in ways you never imagined. Right now, at this very moment, things are shifting behind the scenes. The delays you once faced are transforming into divine accelerations. The things you've been praying for, the success, the financial freedom, the love, the healing, are all aligning in ways that will leave you in awe. You have entered a season where the impossible is becoming possible, where doors you didn't even know existed are about to open before you, where opportunities will come out of nowhere, blessings will flow unexpectedly, and breakthroughs will manifest in ways that defy all logic. What you thought was the path to your success is nothing compared to what God has actually prepared for you. And here's the most powerful part. You won't have to chase these blessings. They will find you. You won't have to beg for these opportunities. They will present themselves effortlessly. You won't have to struggle for these breakthroughs. They will unfold in perfect divine timing. The people who doubted you, they will witness your elevation. The ones who abandoned you, they will see the favor upon your life. The circumstances that once held you down, they will no longer have power over you. The struggles that once drained you, they will be replaced with peace, abundance, and victory. This isn't just another season of change. This is a divine shift. The things you lost will be restored to you tenfold. The setbacks you endured will become the very testimony that proves the power of faith, resilience, and divine favor. The closed doors, the disappointments, the silent battles, none of it was in vain. They were all leading you to this moment. Can you feel it? The energy around you is different. The air is charged with expectancy. Your soul is awakening to the reality that something big is coming. You may not see all the details yet, but trust me, the miracles have already been set in motion. You are about to receive news that changes everything. You are about to walk into rooms you never imagined. You are about to experience an outpouring of blessings so overwhelming that it will leave you speechless. This is the season where you will look back and say, "Now I understand. Now I see why everything happened the way it did." Because what's ahead of you is so much greater than anything that was left behind. Chosen one, prepare yourself. The breakthroughs you've been waiting for are closer than ever. The unexpected blessings are on their way. The divine opportunities are being positioned before you. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time. Are you ready to receive it? Those who doubted you, mocked you, and even betrayed you will now have no choice but to witness your rise. For too long, you have been underestimated. People looked at you and saw only the struggle, the setbacks, the moments of defeat. They mistook your trials for failure. They thought your silence meant you had been broken. They believed that because you were still in the waiting season, you would never make it to the winning season. But what they didn't realize was that you were never losing. You were just being prepared. Every challenge, every rejection, every act of betrayal was part of the divine process. You weren't being abandoned. You were being set apart. You weren't being delayed. You were being refined. And now the very people who dismissed you will be forced to watch as you step into your destiny. They laughed when you struggled. They whispered behind your back when you fell. Some even took pleasure in your hardships, thinking that you would never rise again. But what they failed to understand is that a chosen one cannot be defeated. Every time you were knocked down, you gathered more strength. Every time you were pushed aside, you gained more wisdom. Every time they thought you were finished, God was only just beginning. And now, the tables have turned. The shift has happened. The season of suffering is over, and the season of victory is here. Those who doubted you will have no choice but to witness your success. Those who mocked you will have no choice but to hear your name spoken in rooms of honor. Those who betrayed you will realize that their actions did not destroy you. They only positioned you for something greater. And here's the most powerful truth. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about proving them wrong. This is about God showing them who He always knew you were. Your elevation is not just for you. It is a testimony. A testimony that will silence the naysayers. A testimony that will leave your enemies speechless. A testimony that will remind the world that what God has ordained, no one can stop. The same people who ignored you will now seek your presence. The same ones who ridiculed you will now speak of you with awe. The same ones who turned their backs will wish they had stayed. But here's what makes your victory even sweeter. You don't need their validation. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause. Because what's happening in your life now is not by man's doing, it is by divine decree. And when God decides to elevate you, there is nothing that can stand in the way. So let them watch. Let them whisper. Let them wonder how you made it through. Because as they stand in shock, you will stand in victory. And this time, nothing, no betrayal, no doubt, no attack, can stop what's coming next. The pain you endured was never meant to break you. It was meant to refine you into the unstoppable force you are becoming. Every hardship, every heartbreak, every dark night where you felt like giving up was never random. It was all part of a greater plan, a divine process that was molding you into someone stronger, wiser, and more powerful than you ever imagined. Pain was your teacher. It taught you who was truly for you and who was against you. It exposed the fake friends, the hidden enemies, and the people who only wanted to benefit from your light but never truly supported you. It revealed the truth about your surroundings, and in doing so, it set you free. At times, it felt like the weight of your trials was too much to bear. The betrayals cut deep. The loneliness was suffocating. The battles you fought in silence drained you to the core. But look at you now, you survived it. And not only did you survive, but you emerged stronger, sharper, and more resilient than ever before. What tried to destroy you only made you more powerful. What tried to silence you only amplified your voice. What tried to hold you back only propelled you forward. The pain that once felt unbearable has now transformed into the very fuel that is pushing you into your destiny. Chosen one, you have been through too much to stop now. You didn't come this far just to come this far. The enemy tried everything: distractions, delays, betrayals, but none of it worked. You are still standing, still fighting, still rising, and now your scars tell a story, not of defeat, but of triumph. Your wounds have healed into wisdom. Your setbacks have become setups for the greatest comeback of your life. The fire that was meant to consume you only refined you into pure gold. The unstoppable force you are becoming is no accident. You were built for this. You were prepared for this. And now, nothing and no one can stand in the way of what's coming next. Are you ready to step fully into your power? Because the pain is behind you. The struggle is ending, and your season of divine victory has only just begun. Every setback was a setup, every delay was divine timing, and every no was a not yet, preparing you for something bigger. You may not have understood it at the time. The disappointments, the rejections, the missed opportunities, they felt like losses. They felt unfair. They made you question if you were even on the right path. But now, looking back, can you see it? Can you see how everything was aligning for your highest good? The doors that refused to open weren't locked to punish you. They were locked to protect you. If you had walked through them too soon, you would have entered unprepared. If you had been given what you wanted at the wrong time, it might have crumbled in your hands. But now you are stepping into a season where every delay will make sense, every rejection will turn into redirection, and every no you heard in the past will soon be replaced with a resounding yes from the right people, the right opportunities, and the right divine alignment. The waiting season was never wasted. It was in that season that you were refined, strengthened, and elevated in ways unseen. It was during that time that your character was built, your resilience was tested, and your faith was deepened. And now, because you didn't give up, because you trusted even when you couldn't see the outcome, you are about to walk into something far greater than what you originally asked for. What was once a struggle will now come with ease. What once felt like an endless battle will suddenly shift in your favor. The doors that once required endless effort will now swing open effortlessly. Chosen one, what's ahead of you is not just an opportunity, it's divine favor. It's not just success, it's supernatural elevation. You are about to see why the wait was necessary. You are about to understand why certain things didn't work out. You are about to realize that nothing was ever truly denied to you. It was simply being aligned for a greater timing, a greater purpose, and a greater reward. The people who once dismissed you, the ones who walked away, the ones who doubted your dreams, they won't be able to comprehend the level of blessings that are about to unfold in your life. The path you are about to walk is one that was designed only for you. No one can take your place. No one can block what is rightfully yours. No one can stop the rise that has already begun. This is your time. The setbacks are over. The delays have passed. The struggle has ended. And now, you step fully into the reality that everything was leading you to this victorious moment. Are you ready? Because what's coming next is beyond anything you ever imagined. You are stepping into a season where what once took years to manifest will now happen in an instant. The struggles that seemed never-ending, the delays that tested your patience, the prayers that felt like they went unanswered, all of it is shifting, right now, in ways you cannot yet see. For years, it felt like you were moving through thick resistance. Every step forward required immense effort. Every breakthrough came with battles. Every dream seemed just out of reach, as if an invisible force was holding it back. But that resistance wasn't meant to stop you. It was meant to strengthen you. It was preparing you for this moment, for this divine acceleration. Chosen one, the time of waiting is over. The obstacles that once stood in your way are being removed. The burdens that once weighed you down are being lifted. What once took years of struggle will now come to you suddenly, as if the floodgates of heaven have been opened. Opportunities will appear out of nowhere. Financial breakthroughs will come unexpectedly. Relationships that align with your purpose will form effortlessly. The battles you once fought so hard will no longer exist because the victory is already yours. This is the season where time bends in your favor, where the years of waiting will be restored in an instant, where the things that seemed delayed will now come rushing in, overflowing beyond what you imagined. What used to take years to build will now come together in days, even moments, because divine acceleration is at work. And here's the truth that will leave you speechless. You won't even have to fight for it. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to chase it. What is meant for you is now racing towards you with divine force. The blessings that were once slow in coming are now rushing into your life at full speed. The things you once longed for? They are already on their way. The prayers you thought had been forgotten? They have already been answered. The dreams you thought would take years to manifest? They are aligning in this very moment. You are stepping into a season of instant breakthroughs. Miracles that defy logic. Favor that you didn't have to work for. Success that happens so quickly, even you will struggle to comprehend it. Are you ready for this? Because it's happening. Right now. The power of God is moving through your life, removing obstacles, destroying limitations, and positioning you for unstoppable success. What once felt impossible is now being made possible. The chains that held you back are being shattered. The invisible barriers that kept you from rising are crumbling before your very eyes. For too long, you fought battles that seemed unending. You faced resistance at every turn. You pushed, you prayed, you persevered, but breakthrough always felt just out of reach. It wasn't because you weren't worthy. It wasn't because you weren't doing enough. It was because divine timing required you to be ready for what is about to unfold. And now, chosen one, the shift has happened. The delays have expired. The forces that once worked against you have lost their power. God Himself is clearing the path ahead of you. He is moving in ways you cannot see, preparing opportunities beyond your imagination, setting things in motion that no human hand can stop. The financial burdens, they are being lifted. The emotional wounds, they are being healed. The doors that once rejected you, they are being forced open by divine intervention. No more fighting for what is already yours. No more struggling to prove yourself. The power of God is making a way for you where there was no way. The people who tried to block you, they will watch as you rise. The circumstances that tried to break you, they will only serve as a testimony of your victory. The setbacks that tried to stop you, they will become the very foundation of your success. This is not just an ordinary breakthrough. This is supernatural acceleration. This is divine positioning. This is the moment where everything shifts in your favor. You are being lifted higher than ever before. The favor on your life is undeniable. The calling on your destiny is unstoppable. The anointing over you is too powerful to be ignored. And here's the most incredible part. You don't have to do this alone. God is fighting for you. His power is working on your behalf. The battles you once fought in your own strength are now being fought by the Almighty Himself. The doors you once knocked on in vain are now being opened by divine hands. So get ready. Prepare yourself. Because what's coming next will not only bless you, it will shock those who ever doubted you. The level of success, the magnitude of favor, the undeniable power moving in your life, it will leave people speechless. Your energy is shifting, your mindset is transforming, and the abundance that was always meant for you is finally arriving. You can feel it, can't you? The heaviness that once weighed you down is lifting. The doubts that once clouded your mind are dissolving. The old version of you, the one who hesitated, the one who questioned their worth, the one who carried the burdens of the past, is fading away. You are stepping into alignment with your divine destiny. The way you think is changing. No longer are you operating from a place of lack, fear, or uncertainty. You are awakening to the truth. You were always meant to prosper. You were always meant to be abundant. You were always meant to rise. For too long, your blessings were delayed because your mindset wasn't yet prepared to receive them. You were still thinking small when God had something big in store for you. You were still doubting yourself when the universe was waiting for you to claim your power. But now you are ready. Your faith is unwavering. Your vision is clearer than ever. You no longer entertain negativity. You no longer accept less than you deserve. You no longer doubt whether or not you are worthy. You know you are. And because of this transformation within you, everything around you is shifting to match the energy you now embody. Abundance is not something you chase, it is something you attract. And now, you are a magnet for blessings. The opportunities, the wealth, the divine connections, they are all making their way to you. The energy you once gave away to people and situations that drained you is now being redirected toward your purpose, your elevation, and your unstoppable success. The people around you will notice the change. They will sense your newfound confidence, your unshakable faith, your undeniable glow. Some will be inspired, others will be intimidated, but none will be able to ignore the transformation happening before their very eyes. This is what happens when a chosen one steps fully into their power. The universe takes notice, the heavens open, the forces that once resisted you now work in your favor, and the abundance that was always meant for you finally arrives. Not in pieces, not in portions, but in overflowing, undeniable, supernatural ways. This is your time. This is your moment. And there is nothing, no fear, no doubt, no past mistake that can block what's coming next. Are you ready to step into the wealth, the success, and the unstoppable victory that has been waiting for you all along? Those who walked away will wish they had stayed, and those who underestimated you will wish they had believed. For so long, people overlooked you. They dismissed your dreams, ignored your potential, and doubted your greatness. Some even laughed at your struggles, thinking you would never rise. They saw your battles, but they failed to see your resilience. They saw your delays, but they failed to see God's divine timing at work. They saw your quiet moments, but they failed to realize that you were not being silent. You were being prepared. And now the tables are turning. The ones who left you in your hardest moments, who thought you wouldn't make it without them, will soon see that not only did you survive, you thrived. They thought their absence would break you, but instead, it built you. They thought you needed them, but in reality, their departure made room for something far greater. The same people who doubted you will be forced to watch as you walk into a season of undeniable favor. The ones who rejected you will hear your name spoken in places of honor. The ones who ignored you will see your success from afar and realize they were never truly meant to be part of your journey. But here's the most powerful truth. You don't need their validation anymore. You don't need their approval. You don't need their apologies. Because everything they failed to see in you, God already knew. Everything they overlooked, heaven had already ordained. You are about to rise so high that even your absence will speak louder than their presence ever did. Your success will not be out of revenge. It will be a testimony that no betrayal, no rejection, and no setback could stop what God had planned for you all along. And when they come back, And they will. When they try to reconnect, when they suddenly remember your name, when they act like they always believed in you, you will have a choice. You can forgive, but you will never forget. You can be kind, but you will never shrink yourself again to fit in spaces that were never meant for you. The truth is, they didn't see your value because they weren't meant to. They weren't supposed to understand your calling. If they had truly belonged in your future, they would have never abandoned you in your past. Chosen one, stand tall in your victory. Let them watch, let them wonder, let them wish they had believed. Because what's ahead for you is far greater than anything you've left behind. This is not just another phase. This is your divine turnaround, your moment to reclaim everything that was stolen from you. Every tear you shed, every disappointment you endured, every loss you suffered, it was never in vain. You may have felt like you were losing, but in reality, God was setting you up for the greatest comeback of your life. The enemy tried to take your joy, but your joy is being restored. The enemy tried to break your spirit, but your spirit is unshakable. The enemy tried to block your blessings, but the gates of heaven have now opened, and nothing can stop what's about to be poured into your life. For too long, it felt like life was working against you. It felt like no matter how hard you pushed, something was always pulling you back. But here's what you need to understand. Those setbacks were not signs of defeat. They were divine setups. Every battle strengthened you. Every betrayal refined you. Every delay was aligning you with something greater. And now, chosen one, the shift has happened. What was once lost is being returned to you, multiplied. What was stolen from you is being restored, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not just a small breakthrough. This is a divine takeover. The relationships that ended, the friendships that faded, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, you are not stepping into this new season empty-handed. God is replacing what was lost with something even greater. The love you gave so freely is coming back to you in abundance. The effort you put in without recognition is about to be rewarded publicly. The opportunities you thought you missed are nothing compared to what's about to be placed before you. The power of restoration is at work in your life. Every sleepless night, every silent battle, every prayer you thought went unanswered. It was all leading to this moment. You are about to receive double for your trouble. You are about to walk in victory so great that even your past pain will make sense. This is not a temporary blessing. This is a divine shift that will change your life forever. You are stepping into a permanent season of increase, of supernatural favor, of undeniable success. No more waiting, no more struggling, no more questioning. The doors have opened, and what's coming next is yours by divine right. Chosen one, get ready to reclaim it all. The victory is already written. The turnaround is happening now. And this time, nothing and no one can take it away from you. What's coming is bigger than anything you've ever prayed for. Can you handle the blessings that are about to flood your life? You thought you were asking for a breakthrough, but God is about to give you overflow. You thought you were praying for just enough, but heaven is preparing to bless you beyond measure. This is not an ordinary season. This is not just another blessing. What's coming is so massive, so undeniable, so life-changing, that it will redefine everything you thought was possible for you. You're about to walk into a level of abundance where the very things you once struggled to attain will now come to you effortlessly. But here's the real question. Are you ready for it? Can you handle the weight of what's coming? Because the truth is, many people pray for blessings, but few are prepared to carry them. You see, what's about to happen in your life is going to set you apart. The favor that's coming will be so evident. Even those who never believed in you will have to acknowledge it. Your name is about to be spoken in rooms you've never entered. Doors are about to open that you never even knocked on. Connections, wealth, opportunities, everything is aligning at a level beyond human understanding. But with great blessings come great responsibilities. The level of favor you are stepping into requires you to move differently. Old habits won't fit in this new season. Small thinking won't serve you anymore. Doubt and hesitation have no place where you are going. Chosen one, this is your time to rise, not just financially, not just in status, but spiritually and mentally as well. The abundance that's coming isn't just for you, it's for you to impact others, to be a blessing, to expand God's kingdom, to walk in your divine purpose with full authority. You have been prepared for this. Every battle, every lesson, every delay, it was all shaping you into the person who could handle what's coming. And now, the moment has arrived. The floodgates are opening. The divine favor is pouring in. So I ask you again, can you handle it? Because this isn't just what you wanted. This is what you were chosen for. Chosen one, nothing can stop you now. Your season of victory is here. Are you ready to step into it? This is the moment you've been preparing for, the season that all your struggles, battles, and setbacks have led you to. You are no longer fighting for your breakthrough. Your breakthrough is already here. You are no longer waiting for doors to open. They are already wide open before you. You are no longer chasing blessings, because blessings are now chasing you. Everything is aligning in your favor. The weight of past burdens is being lifted. The chains that once held you back have been shattered. The people who doubted you are about to watch in awe as you rise higher than they ever imagined. And the most powerful part? You are unstoppable. No force in this world can block what has been divinely assigned to you. No enemy, no setback, no delay can prevent the destiny that God has already written for your life. You are not just stepping into a better season, you are stepping into your divine calling. Your time is now. Your victory is now. Your abundance is now. So the only question left is this: are you ready to walk into it? Because nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you now.